Welcome! Our presentation today will provide a brief introduction to scholarly publishing as it relates to books, an overview of the variety and types of reference book publications used in scholarly publishing, as well as points for consideration when submitting a book proposal and having it approved. Quickly, to let you know a little about me, my name is Nancy, and I am a Senior Acquisitions Editor contributing to Elsevier's book publishing program in food science. The role of an acquisitions editor is to identify book product needs within a portfolio, identify and solicit new authors, review proposals, and pitch new book ideas before an executive committee. Scholarly publishing, sometimes called academic publishing or scientific, technical, and medical publishing, involves journals and books with specialized academic content. Two important characteristics of scholarly publishing are that the works are peer-reviewed and the publications are written by the scientists and researchers who are also the end users of the publications. In journal publications, all articles are reviewed for scientific validity, and in most publishing houses, all book proposals are peer-reviewed in consideration and optionally reviewed during manuscript development. The current system of scholarly publishing has evolved over hundreds of years and serves the science community well. These communities are dispersed around the world, yet globally integrated by the highly organized and efficient system of publishing. The industry is highly competitive, with some 2,000 publishers annually publishing approximately 20,000 unique learned journals, containing between 1.2 and 1.4 million articles, and 64,000 published scientific books. The publishing cycle is standardized from the time the proposal is received. The acquisitions editor first reviews the proposal to ensure all the necessary information is included. They then route the proposal to a group of subject matter experts for the external review phase. The comments of the acquisitions editor and the subject matter experts are then sent to the author for any needed additional proposal development. The final proposal is then sent by the acquisitions editor to the publishing committee for review and approval to contract. While journals are used to disseminate new research on a regular, up-to-date basis, books contain established doctrines for longer-term reference purposes. There are many different types of reference book publications, which we'll discuss later, but in all cases, books tend to represent authoritative collections of accepted scientific theories and would be used primarily as general reference or as course materials. In 2012, Elsevier conducted an author engagement survey, whereby we held 58 in-person and phone interviews to identify authors' motivations for writing. We followed up with a questionnaire to which we received 205 responses. This slide contains the top 4 reasons uncovered in our survey, though not necessarily in order. First, to gain a reputation and standing in their field. Second, an interest in the subject and enjoyment of researching and writing on the topic. Third, to provide materials to support their own teaching courses. Fourth, to fill an information gap in the market. A fifth motivation, which isn't mentioned on this slide, is the desire to leave a legacy of one's accumulated knowledge. Reference publications represent the majority of publications in scientific and technical book publishing today, and is an area of high focus and growth for many STM publishers, including Elsevier. If you're familiar with journal publishing, it's important to point out some distinguishing features between books and journals. Reference books can be either single-authored or multi-contributed. In multi-contributed works, an editor invites submissions from recognized experts in the field. The editor's role then is to ensure the timeliness and quality of submissions. All of Elsevier's reference books are published both in print and electronic format. Like journal articles, reference book proposals undergo an internal review process as well as an external review conducted by 3 to 5 individuals in the target market. Those reviewers answer a series of questions, and the results are collated and shared with the author to help inform manuscript development. Unlike journals, royalties are typically paid to authors on the net price received of all copies sold on single-authored and edited books. Contributors to edited books might receive a complimentary copy or electronic copy of the completed work upon publication. If you're considering submitting a proposal, there are a variety of reference types your proposed book may fall into. The more clearly you can define this in your proposal, the easier it will be for an acquisitions editor to position the proposed book in his or her portfolio and to make a swift decision. Reference books are written by the highly regarded experts in their fields. They are an invaluable source of reliable background knowledge on both established and emerging subject areas. Major reference works, or MRWs, are encyclopedias and other comprehensive major references, that provide authoritative and accessible definitions and background information on a wealth of subjects, supporting in particular those engaging in cross-disciplinary work. Serials and series sit somewhere between books and journals in nature. Our collection of series and serials combine book-style review and coverage of subjects with the regularity, continuity, and development of topics seen in journal publishing. In addition to traditional reference books, Elsevier publishes book options that are fast-moving, e-leading publications with a print-on-demand option. They offer a publishing route for material that is between 10 and 150 pages in published length, allowing authors to get high-value, time-sensitive, and cutting-edge information to market more quickly. These publications are sold as new offerings on Science Direct and all of our 3 PPs as part of a subject collection. With a 5-week production time, this content can be made available quickly to market for the most up-to-date research. Other publishers have programs that follow a similar format but have different names. For example, Springer publishes Springer Briefs. At Elsevier, we do not brand these projects with a separate designation simply because we think short format is most useful when it's part of a specific publishing program. In addition, we offer extended research topics in niche areas that can range from 150 to over 200 pages. These books can be used to test the market or gauge interest in an area. A standard book proposal form will usually cover 6 key topics. The title and topic. Selecting a topic is part science and part art. You want your topic area to be broad enough to attract a large audience, but not so popular that the market is inundated with publications. Carefully select your topic and find a title that succinctly summarizes it. Help the reviewers to understand your planned content, and later in the process, potential readers to discover your content by choosing a working title and chapter titles that clearly describe the material you're covering, using the most relevant terms. The subject and market need. What need does your book fill in the market? What pain point in a scientist's work does it address? What do you think are the knowledge and information needs of the target audience or key problems this audience faces? Would this publication help solve those problems? Author credentials. Have you created the authorship to cover the geographic range of the content? Is the author makeup appropriate for the subject matter? What can you offer your publisher besides the book itself? Do you have contacts at a high-profile venue for the launch? What other events could your book be sold? What other events could host your book? Who is well-known and can review it? Have you considered doing a virtual book tour or making a video trailer? Do you have other promotional ideas or institutional tie-ins? Are you good with social media, and can you build interest now? All these topics and more can feature in your proposal if there are definite ways you can increase interest, your intended audience and its needs. Tailoring the content and features of your book from the outset to address the needs of a particular audience will help to make it a success. Geography. Where will this topic sell best in the world? Are there geographic limitations to the audience? If so, what might be done to increase the international aspect? Competition. If competition to your proposed book exists, responding to the strengths and weaknesses of that competition in what you include will help to position the book clearly for our reviewers and customers. Are you aware of any recent publications or manuscripts in preparation that are likely to compete with the work under review? Here's a tip. Don't tell publishers that your book will be the first of its kind, even if it's true. The publisher needs to understand which established market your book will sell to. If you tell them it's like nothing else, you're actually telling them there's no established market. This is the last thing they want to hear because it takes a lot of time and money to create a market from scratch. If, however, you can describe your book as structured like Writer A's or containing a discussion that counter-argues Writer B's, they know straight away who else they might sell it to. Your ability to readily and thoroughly discuss the topics identified on the previous slide is a good indication that you're ready to submit a proposal. What makes a strong proposal? Evidence of market need. Why is this information needed now? Ideally, you can provide some quantitative measure of interest or need in the market. For example, is the amount of funding in the area increasing? Is the research area expanding? Are there quantitative benefits the information can provide in terms of time or money saved? Are there new market trends that point to a new or growing need in the area? The more specific evidence you can provide, the better. A clearly defined audience. While many authors feel that their book will appeal to a broad audience, your proposal is better served by identifying your primary or core audience and why that audience in particular will be interested in your book. What job titles are most common? What background or prerequisite courses might they need to understand the material? What industries, institutions, or organizations are they most likely to be part of? Well-explained approach and key features. Readers, reviewers, and editors should be able to easily grasp the approach and planned features of the book. Spend some time discussing the planned breadth and depth of coverage, and include mention of unique aspects of the project like newly presented data, methods, codes, models, or case studies, and other content that the reader will find useful. The more effort you put into your proposal up front, the more likely it is to be accepted. Editors and reviewers want to receive well-presented proposals that offer clear benefits to the information needs of the target audience. So, you've decided to pursue publication of a book. How do you find the publisher? First, we recommend reading a lot of books or researching new titles online to find publishers with books on topics similar to yours. In addition, you can discuss with colleagues to find out where they've published and which publishers they consider to be high profile. Scan the reference list of books that you read to find out where researchers in your area tend to publish. Make a strategic choice about where to send your book proposal. Ask publishers about their global distribution strategy. Where are their offices located? What is their distribution strategy in third world countries? What percentage of their books are translated? And think outside the book. With many academic publishers now producing ebook versions of texts, consider the benefits of going digital. While most people like to have something physical to show for the work, it might be faster, cheaper, and more attuned to your topic, career strategy, and philosophy to publish an ebook. And if time is really of the essence, think about the benefits of the web. You might well reach a larger audience and make a name for yourself more quickly internationally. If you're not ready to take on the role of author or editor for a book, there are still several options available to get involved in book publishing. Thank you for your interest and attention. For additional resources and information, or if you're ready to write your book proposal, please visit this URL for a suggested template and contacts at Elsevier. Thank you!